Good morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am PJ. Known by many names, often copied, rarely equaled. I was in the Twittersphere this morning reading a tweet by Cliff High, whom I follow, and it said, if your normie friends don't think of you as a major prepper nut job, you are not nearly ready for what is going to develop. And it amused me. And I have some thoughts about that. The first thing is, man, I don't really have any normie friends. Probably by choice. They want to hear what I'm saying. Probably by choice, due to the fact that we came out of her, my people. We brought a chunk of our church with us when we did so, and then, the Father sent more people. And so I am surrounded by Shofarians. And I hang out with Shofarians. I am not the average American. I don't have a 9-to-5 that I go to where I'm surrounded by, people who aren't exactly like me. And being that there's only so many hours in a day, I choose to hang out with my people. So those are my friends. And so, no, they don't think I'm a major prepper nut job because they're just like me. The other people I interact with is you. And we interact. I speak to as the bear calls it, the sideways iPhone. Although this is an Android. I speak to the sideways phone, and then y'all comment. I read your comments. Sometimes I comment back. That's interaction. And I don't think y'all think I'm a major prepper nut job. You may think I'm overdoing it a bit. You may think, wow, you're kind of out there a little bit, but it's what makes you interesting, PJ. But I don't think you would probably characterize me as a major prepper nut job, because if someone's a nut job, why are you watching them? Right? So I get that. And then it struck me, this is a thread, how serious are you personally, how serious are you about prepping? And sure, true intent is echoed by action or foreshadowed by action, or, action results from true intent kind of thing. And so your actions speak your mind. But how serious are you about prepping? Because one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist, right? One man's nut job is another person's mentor. One person's nut job is another person's inspiration. I don't hang out. If people don't value the things I value, I'm probably not going to develop a friendship with them. I can be amiable. I can get along, have a conversation, heck, even go out to dinner with them. And, have a good time. But as far as developing a friendship, I am so serious about, this is me personally, doesn't mean it has to be you. I'm talking about my response to Cliff High's tweet. I am so serious about a couple things in my life. Number one being my faith, right? That I try not to push it on you, America, but I don't hide it. So that is really important to me. And another one is the need to prepare. for a totally changed world. That is really important to me. And so I try to share to one degree or another what I feel is important in my life with y'all. But as far as developing a friendship, it would be hard for me to develop a real friendship with somebody who wasn't somewhere within those parameters. Again, I can get along with anybody. I've been trained to do so. But as far as hanging out and, probably not. But I know I'm not you. Many of you. I feel badly for many of you who say things like, and I believe you, my family thinks I'm a nut. My friends think I'm a nut. They say things like I'm coming to your house when everything happens. Nobody gets it. Dun, 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 dun. I get that. Kind of like my comment on people going to church and nobody at your church gets it, whatever it is. You're all alone in your church. Why do you go to that church? Why do you consider those people your friends? Make new friends. To those of you who say nobody around here is a prepper, I will reply to you, you are not very observant. There are preppers everywhere. I recently started following a guy on YouTube who I kind of like. What is his name? It might be Angry Prepper, but I'm not sure. Who I think he lives in New York City. I don't watch all his videos, but it comes up in my feed and I watch bits of some of them. There are preppers everywhere. You just have to be attuned to finding them. You have to cast a broad net. You must engage with many people. Find points in common. Start developing relationship. I didn't say friendship, relationship. Until you find the people that kind of fit. And if you can't find preppers, and let's face it, you're not gonna find, okay, you may. Chances are you won't find a prepper who takes it as seriously or not as seriously as you do. In other words, there's gonna be differences. You have to decide where your parameters are and then work with those people. Maybe you find somebody who's mildly concerned about where things are going, and you can take that person and guide them a little bit. Turn them into a prepper. Evangelize the way of preparedness. Create your own friend network. Create your own friends, meaning form this friend into the person you want to be friends with. You can do it. You can. So that's a thing. People didn't think preppers were so weird during the last, panic buying shortage thing where what do Americans think of first when there's shortages? Oh my God, we may run out of toilet paper. What will I do? That's what they're focused on, their butt. There are so many more important things. I'm doing the series, as you know, self-sufficiency, and then addressing a topic. Again, it's a mindset. It's really a mindset. And that mindset I encourage you to make that mindset, once you develop that mindset of self-sufficiency, to turn that into lifestyle. Culture. Change your culture to one of preparedness, to one of striving for, appreciating, valuing self-sufficiency. And again, it's a fine line. My brain is able to split it into different parts. Hopefully you can do it too. When I say self-sufficiency, understand that I also believe strongly that no man is an island. That we should not forsake the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, all the more so as we see the day approaching. Right? We need each other. The thing is, you don't need just anybody. Matter of fact, most people you don't need. Oh, you need people who will join with you, or who you can join with. It's a one, echad. Oh, there's a word. And move forward for the betterment of all. For the self-sufficiency of the group, the community, the village, the hamlet. In a lot of cases, you're going to have to build that yourself. You're going to have to be a influencer. I'm an influencer. Okay. I was talking to some people yesterday. I was talking to a lot of people yesterday. And I may do a video on the Shofar Mountain site to talk about how we, the tribe, the Shofarians, is doing church now. Because it's very satisfying for us. We like it. But I was talking to people in and after that. And they suggested that I make available myself for phone consultations. And I'm talking about creating people to evangelizing. I kind of segued into the realization that I guess I'm an influencer, which I think is probably a 21st century word. That I make myself available for phone conversations. And I was laughing and I said, look, I'm an INTJ. We hate talking on the phone. And it's a psychological thing, and I think you can actually Google INTJ phone and read about why that kind of freaks us out. And I said, I'm not interested. And they said, well, would you talk to somebody on the phone for $1,000 a minute? I said, yeah. Yeah, sure. They said, okay, well then there's a price. Would you talk to somebody on the phone for $1 a minute? I said, no way. They said, okay, well somewhere between $1 and $1,000 a minute is a price point that you are willing to talk on the phone. And I said, yeah, but probably nobody would want to pay what I'm willing to talk on the phone for. And a lot of people in that circle that I was sitting in said, oh no, you should do that, PJ. There are people who will. I may do that. I may. The price will be high. But I figure I do have a lot to offer, and I can direct it like a stiletto into what a particular person wants to talk about. So I may try that. You may see that coming up. Try to reach the people that you can. Pour yourself into the people that are important. We're taking a little segue here, but it's all in the theme of people thinking you're a nut. You have so much energy, whether that's physical energy, emotional energy, psychic energy. You have so much energy to use, and then you have to recharge that energy. However you do that. And again, introverts, we recharge by being alone. Extroverts recharge by being with other people. It's just differences. But you only have so much energy. You should really choose on whom you expend your energy. Meaning trying to convince people of something, sharing something with someone, whether that's sharing something verbally or physically with someone. Pick and choose. Be more deliberate in it. Give freely and it will be given unto you. Give freely to those. Don't cast pearls before swine. Does that make sense? Don't waste your breath talking to people who aren't going to get it. So you got to do some probing until you find the people who are amenable to your message. If you're, I don't remember how it went, if your friends, how did he say that? I have it on this other phone. I like to be precise. If your normie friends, this is Cliff High on Twitter, if your normie friends don't think of you as a major prepper nut job, you are not nearly ready for what is going to develop. And then I guess I'll finish up with that because this is going long. You're not prepared enough. I am not prepared enough. And I am more prepared than easily 90% of you. And some of you are pretty darn serious. I'm not prepared enough. I don't turn that into an excuse to do nothing or to do little. You can't be prepared for what's coming. Yes, you can. Your government is trying really hard to be prepared for what's coming. You can. Stop wasting time. Because what is coming is going to be amazing. Now, maybe there'll be another video chain on this. Do you know no matter what the disaster is, what's that? Crisis is something and opportunity together? Like disaster plus opportunity is like the Chinese symbol for crisis, something like that. Order out of chaos, right? Out of every big burp, big hiccup, big vomiting event that occurs, there are people that come out of that event better off than how they went in. You define better off. But there are. There are people that come out worse. There are people that were high that come out low. There are people that were low that come out high. Start thinking about that. Start thinking about that, because what is coming, if there is any more history after, will be written about in history books. You're not ready enough. Do more. All right. I do appreciate y'all. Give me your comments down below. I read every one of the comments. Sometimes you guys kill me when I say something relatively trivial and ask you to comment, and you all do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 4,000 emails to go through. But I do read your comments, even if I read them fast. Appreciate y'all. Hey, new people, if you're still sticking here, do not put links in the comments, please. Don't do it. I delete all of those. I'll probably do a post on that soon. And I'll have a link up meetup post coming up, hopefully today too. All right, I appreciate y'all. If your friends don't think you're a nut job, you're not doing enough. All right, and you need new friends. I'll see you out there.